My topic is discussing the issue of fine arts funding being cut in schools across the United States. Raise your hand if you are involved in a fine arts program or know someone who is. The fine arts programs have an impact on students of all kinds, yet cutting these budgets will affect more than just a few shows. All over the country, budgets are being cut drastically for arts programs in public schools, leading for these programs to die out or be unable to function. Over the last few decades, funding has started to decrease more and more, and students lose access to arts education and funding. Government programs and politicians are attempting to slash funding from schools or cut budgets entirely without considering all the people involved. Think about this. How many of you have experienced fine arts in the actual classroom using music, dance, or other arts for basic school subjects? Here's a video of a school going beyond the odds of arts and education, showing how it can be included in schooling.
I have 9, you want 6, do I have enough? Yes!
Making music and using the arts to build math and other skills.
I'm on the way. Feeling good, feeling great,
That's the theory here at the Renew Cultural Arts Academy, a public charter school in New Orleans. Not long ago, one of the lowest performing schools in Louisiana, a state ranking near the bottom in the nation.
You want 4, do I have enough?
Creativity isn't something students should have to hide. These art programs create a safe environment for students in classrooms and in extracurriculars, improving grades and attitudes about school. If the arts are extracted from schools due to budget cuts, hundreds of thousands of teachers and students will be hit very hard. The arts getting cut will lead to so many teachers losing their jobs, which is already starting to happen in a school in South Carolina. At this school, fine art teachers are forced to be merged into world language curriculums as the fine arts have been entirely cut out. With teachers being fired or laid off, this leads to unemployment for these educators, causing dozens more problems for those teachers and their families. This also affects students involved in these art programs, taking away their extracurriculars and some classes during the school day. Certain students live and breathe for these art programs, and cutting their funding and ending them causes for a loss of passion and does more harm than good. This interview from CBS with Lin-Manuel Miranda expresses the impact the arts have on him as well as others across the country.
But this is not about that. This is not about an artist getting funding for their project. This is about funding programs that help parents read to their children. This is about funding arts and giving it a seat at the table with the rest of the other things you learn as you're growing up. And study after study has shown that when arts are a part of your education, your overall education is richer. Test scores go up.
The biggest way to help fund the arts is to actually go and support the arts. Raise your hand if you have ever attended a dance show, theater production, band concert, or any fine art show of any kind during your years of public schooling. This PSA demonstrates how supporting the arts helps the arts, a quick and easy fix for a big issue. A big picture solution includes taking action against school districts and showing them that the arts matter, protesting, writing letters, and blowing up social media to show that these programs affect more than just a simple budget cut. The fine arts are an outlet for students to express themselves and their passion, not something a school board member can shut down. Cutting these programs will cause many teachers to be unemployed and cause students to lose their creativity, as well as grades dropping and test scores lowering. This issue is very near and dear to my heart. As a fine arts student, funding of the arts needs to be discussed more. The fine arts impact so many students and means so much to so many people. Cutting them out is illogical and unfair. More light deserves to be shed on the issue of funds being cut from the fine arts.